Hello, and thank you once again for tuning in to the 30-Day Mental Diet. We are at day number 29, and over the last 28 days, we have went through some very concrete lessons. And the next 2 days, I might seem a little bit pushy, but I'm not being pushy. I'm actually urging you to put into practice what we have covered over the last 28 days. Now, today is day number 29, and today's lesson is entitled, Discover a New Joy of Living. And the subheading says, there is nothing you can't buy. And as usual, let us go right into the introduction of this lesson, and let's see what we can glean from today's 30-Day Mental Diet. Although they say the best things in life are free, and you have discovered that there are some things money cannot buy, you also have found that nothing is really free. The universal coin of the realm with which you are dealing, the payments that must be made, can only be made with thoughts and ideas. Whether it is a tangible or intangible good that you wish to experience, the first and final payments can only be made by payments in thoughts. Okay, right here, I really like this lesson. I did this lesson last year. I actually reviewed my lesson from last year on this subject on the universal coin. So when we go from country to country, we have different coins that are used in different types of currency. But we are dealing here with spiritual laws and natural laws that cannot be, that are immutable. They cannot be broken. Everything that we're dealing with, if we do the practice, we will get the manifestations according to natural laws. And the universal coin for us to experience what we want to experience in this body, in this incarnation, is thought. And I want you to think about that, because so many people believe that their life will be much better if they can only get more money. And the main problem we talked about when we were talking about prosperity in earlier chapters is that prosperity first starts within the mind. In order for you to have tangible manifestations of money in your hand, in your bank account, you must first be able to even conceive it in your mind. A lot of people have trouble because we've been conditioned to believe in lack. We have gone over in the earlier lessons, and we realize that God is infinite. And if God is infinite, there is no lack in the universe. There cannot be, because God is the source of all things, and God is the resource. And this is very, very important. In Him we live and move and have our being. So if it's health we want, we can have perfect abundance of health. If it's wealth we want, all things are possible, and we can receive and experience all things. It is there. It is us and our belief in lack that causes lack to manifest in our world. So we're talking about the universal coin right here in the introduction. We're going to start out saying that you are rich. You were born rich, but you did not realize it. You thought the riches that you needed to acquire was in dollars, silver and gold, maybe cryptocurrency, maybe real estate, maybe oil, maybe diamonds. But that's not the riches. The riches that you have been given is the ability to use your mind to create any circumstance that you desire. Okay, let's go to the first paragraph, next paragraph. Life is not a bed of roses. The difficulties that may confront you appear to be a necessary complement of life so that you can grow, accomplish, and achieve, and derive the satisfaction of having been of some value to yourself and others. To escape to a bed of roses would be avoidance of living an existence which would be devoid of all meaning. So this is very true. Life is about overcoming problems and obstacles. When we have obstacles put in our way, we should invite it. Invite it because you know when you overcome certain mountains, you are building character. And the next time you experience that mountain that you have overcome, you will just walk up the mountain with ease because you've been there before. What makes our life worthwhile is our ability to think constructively, think creatively, and take those thoughts out of your mind, put it on paper, visualize your outcome, write out the outcome that you want, you desire, and visualize it, and let God do the work. Now, okay, so we're at the section that says achievement. Once you embark on such a process of using your thought in a beneficial way, you will discover that what you are doing is not of your own doing, but is rather the opening up of a greater channel for the fulfillment of the action and purpose of life in and through you. The continual goal is to grow into a greater awareness of the nature of life and a fuller acceptance of the good that it has to offer. Okay, so here at Achievement, we have to understand that when we are following these instructions that we're getting in the 30-day mental diet, we are really just working in accordance with natural laws, with the laws of the universe, with the laws of God. And we will stop struggling in this world because we will remember the proper way to create. Right now, many people in the world are trying to create on the physical plane. We're trying to create our world and our life on the physical plane, and when you try to create in the physical, you will struggle. But when you create from the spiritual field, because when you remember every time that first cause is mental, that if you want to create something, you must first go within your mind and visualize and hold a pattern of thought. See yourself in the picture. See yourself possessing that thing that you desire. See yourself doing that thing that you say you want to achieve. And once you hold that pattern, you will realize that it is not you that's doing the work. It is God himself that is within you, and the Spirit of God that does the work. And then you will stop struggling with life, and you will find achievement will become much easier. Okay, so we are at unlimited funds. You have unlimited funds at your disposal for the purchase of all the good your heart desires. The funds are thoughts, creative causes in your mind. There is no limit to the extent to which you may spend such funds, nor the manner in which you may spend them. Wow. The interesting thing about this bank account and this coin of the universe that God has given you, this coin we call thought that is creating our world, this infinite coin that we have, is that even when we are not conscious of it, thoughts are moving through our mind. Other people sometimes through advertisements, through propaganda, through campaigns, they try to influence the thoughts of our mind so that we can create their prosperity and their world. So what happens is, if you're not using your thoughts to create your world, someone else will be using your thoughts to create a paradise in their world. I want you to think about that. No matter what, there is not an hour, a minute, or second that thoughts are not passing through your mind. Even when we are asleep, thoughts are passing through our minds. And this is why we say, guard well the portals to your mind. Guard well it. You know, so you have to be very careful of what's influencing your thoughts. What is influencing your perceptions? Because these things, perceptions is everything. A lot of times we think we're right, but it's just our perception. Someone looks on the other side from a different perspective and says, no, you're not right, I'm right. But it's all perspective. So we have to be careful how our thoughts are being influenced. But no matter what, thoughts are moving through our mind. Either it's going to control us or we're going to control it. Okay, I'm at the last paragraph. Refuse to be discouraged. If at first you don't succeed, try again may well apply at this point. You may find yourself seemingly defeated at every attempt to better your life. But you must remember that every idea of merit that you entertain adds to the sum total of the concept of good you want manifested in your experience. Keep at your endeavors, and you will build up a balance in your favor so that a favorable outcome is inevitable. And this is very, very good. And this is good, especially if you are going through a discouraging time right now. Sometimes some of you are working towards certain goals and you're meeting discouragements, stumbling blocks all along the way. This passage here says you have to keep at it. Keep at it. I gave an analogy before of someone at a door that just keeps knocking. Someone's on the other side of the door and they're ignoring the knocking. But the person is knocking on the door constantly knocking. And after a while, the person on the other side of the door says, you know what? If I don't answer this door, this person is just going to stay there and knock for hours and annoy me. So let me open the door. And the universe, we don't know what's going on in the creation. We can't see the creation because the creation is spiritual. So when we're holding the vision and we're working towards our goal, there's things that the Spirit of God meets and is doing to build our world. We can't see it with the naked eyes, but when it manifests in our face, it is marvelous in our eyes how this thing came together. But discouragement and turning back is one of the reasons why many people do not achieve their goals. There's a scripture that says, no man that puts his hand to the plow and looks back is fit for the kingdom of God. If you put your hand to the plow and say, you know what, I'm going to go straight forward, this is my goal, and you are determined that no one will discourage you, no situation will discourage you, whether height nor depth, angels, principalities, hunger, famine, nothing shall discourage you from hitting your goal. The universe must manifest the thing you desire because you are holding that pattern. And once you hold that pattern, the universe must conform. The Spirit of God will go out and create that vision that you have for yourself. But we have to be a little patient, knowing that this law is guaranteed. Okay, I'm reading Mental Stimulus, and I'm reading from philosophy. This is Ernest Holmes. There is something in each of us that merges with the infinite and draws back into its own soul, mind, and experience as much of God as it comprehends. And from religion, we're reading Galatians 5:22 and 23. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, gentleness, goodness, faith. Against such, there is no law. Okay, so let's read the diet together. In all ways, in my acts, emotions, and thought, I more fully express the joyous nature of the life that is at the center of my being. Joyous living now becomes my experience as I accept it as necessary and fundamental to a life that is a reflection of its divine source. I progress up the highway of life, idea by idea, experience by experience, and I pave my way only with those ideas which embody my greatest possible good. Regardless of how rough or discouraging the way may seem today, I know that tomorrow will be better because of the thoughts I established today. I face life and living with joy in my heart, with enthusiasm in my mind, knowing that there is that within me which can and does express itself through me in such a way that I continually grow, achieve, and mature into a better likeness of the source which created me. I no longer delay or hinder my fuller enjoyment of living, but start now to establish it idea by idea, knowing that as each beneficial and constructive idea is established in my mind, it builds up to a point where through the action of spiritual law, it inevitably manifests as my experience. Joy, satisfaction, and continual achievements fill my life as a result of my knowing that God is an active partner with me in all ways. It's very, very good diet today. And that's very true. Idea by idea, experience by experience, we are maturing and we're becoming more like our Father, the infinite mind of God. Let us read the capsule supplement. Life is now a joyful adventure, for I know and accept the nature and action of the one life flowing through me in all that I am and do. Very good lesson today. And I want to say to you that it's been a really good 30-day mental diet. We have one more lesson, our final lesson tomorrow. And I want you to know that this should not be the end of your journey. You should continue 30 days by 30 days to move forward on the goals that you want to achieve in your life. And once again, if you like this material, please share it on your social media with your friends, your family. Give us a thumbs up. We really would appreciate that. And drop us a comment down in the comment section. And we'll love to hear from you down there. So tomorrow, our final day, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow on the 30-day mental diet.